Professor Z.K. Matthews was one of the first graduates to come out of the University of Fort Hare in 1924. He rose to political activism in 1924 when he was appointed as president of the Natal Teachers Association. While interested in anthropology and law, Matthews advocated for the educational freedom of South African people and the transformation of the South African curriculum into indigenous and Afrocentric education. But Makgoba believes that Matthews' contribution to the democracy and educational freedom of the country is not celebrated enough.
How many people here know about Robert Sobukwe or Steve Biko compared to how many people know about Mandela? I'm not saying that Mandela, is not a cut above the rest, but what I'm saying is we have heroes in our country that we don't give them the time that they deserve. And all I was saying is that let's look into this, because all nations are built through heroes, because they become role models, they become mentors, they become people that youngsters and other people emulate. And you need that in every society.
While the family welcomes the University of Fort Hare's effort in keeping Matthews' name alive, it hopes that the youth will bridge the gap of the lack of recognition of unsung heroes like Z.K. Matthews.
I do think it is a pity that many people who've made a contribution to the struggle in South Africa are not fully acknowledged for the role that they've played. And this is something we need to pay attention to as both the leaders of South Africa and the people of South Africa. I hope that it is young scholars who will correct this gap in our history and ensure we understand that leaders such as Stephen Bantu Biko introduced a new political philosophy that many embraced and that spoke deeply to an aspect of our own political maturity, which is consciousness of self.
The University of Fort Hare says it is in the process of establishing more programs that will emulate Z.K. Matthews' values.
Every lecture is not just a lecture, it's to define that moment in relation to us and our programs going forward. So to have this event here is extremely important, but even more about this particular one, because it's Z.K. Matthews' 100th year of graduation, 1924 to 2024. So it's very important for us, but as you may have listened there are things that should flow out of this one. And other activities, other events, and so on and so forth. The students raised things about the Z.K. Matthews residence, for example. Someone raised questions about the house, the family house here in town. All of those things, kind of their food for thought for us.
Professor Makgoba has called for the creation of statues and monuments in keeping the legacy alive of one of the originators of the Freedom Charter, Professor Z.K. Matthews. Sidima Mfeku, SABC News, Alice in the Eastern Cape.